back to all-time high if Cardano breaks this level. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about where Cardano has gone over the last 18 days, and we're also going to talk about where Cardano needs to go over the next month or two if we want to see it break the critical resistance level of $1.60, because if Cardano was able to break that level, then I believe that you could see a $3.50 Cardano before the end of the year. In this video, I'm going to break down how Cardano got to the point of $1.22, which is another major level of resistance right now, the forces that are going to need to impact the Cardano price to get us back to $1.60 in the first place, and what this market will look like if we're able to see more than $1.60 valuation for the ATH token. If that happens, we could see a major run, and I want you to benefit from it by being able to get in early. So we're going to talk about all of that and more in this video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. We start on the Cardano chart. As you guys know, Cardano has been in a downtrend ever since the 2nd of September 2021 when it hit $3.13 at all-time high. More recently, though, starting on the 14th of March, it began an uptrend at 80 cents, which has brought it all the way to where it sits right now, below critical resistance at $1.22. This rally has now become a confirmed rally with the likes of Lux Algo coming in with buy signals. In fact, on the daily chart, you can see that we have a buy signal here on the 22nd of March, and the next day, that turned into a strong buy signal, helping to push this market all the way up above $1 and all the way up to $1.22. But actually, the buy signal on the daily chart is not the signal that I'm most interested in. I'm actually more interested in the 3 daily chart buy signal that has just shown up on Cardano. Now, you might be thinking, Jeb, okay, great. Lux Algo came in and gave us a buy signal. It is confirmed because this green line, the trend catcher, turned green. It is no longer red, so this is a confirmed buy signal. But how important is that really? Well, I've decided to go back in the entire history of Cardano and look at every single confirmed buy signal that this market has. If we turn off our reversal zones, you can see I've drawn a vertical line next to every single buy signal. Every single one of them just so happens to be confirmed with a green trend catcher, so these are all buy signals. Let's go through them briefly, really quickly, just to see what this buy signal means for Cardano. Well, we have a confirmed buy signal here on Cardano that rallied the market 14.7%. I'm taking this from candle open to candle open. If we look at candle open here on the 16th of April 2018, all the way through the beginning of the candle on the 22nd of May 2018, where the strong buy signal, when the strong sell signal came in, then that gives us about a 15% rally. The buy signal was very useful in that case. If we look at our next buy signal, it is confirmed on the 4th of January 2019. If we scrub forward, we can see that rallied the market of Cardano 74%, 77%. If we look at this rally right here, we can see this rallied the market 16%. If we look at this confirmed buy signal right over here, now keep in mind this is the time moving into the beginning of January. There were a lot of fundamental forces such as the beginning of the pandemic that changed our technicals, but nevertheless Cardano's technicals were still backed up by a strong buy signal that resulted in a 37% rally. The next two ones are the very big ones. We saw a rally in this case of 234% that was confirmed with Lux Algo. Then the next buy signal we saw started down here at 10 cents, and this rallied all the way 1,243% over the span of nearly a year. One final one to take a look at. We can see the buy signal came in here on Lux Algo on the 11th of August. This rallied the market a full 50.32%. And by the way, the sell signals on Lux Algo are also remarkable in case you were wondering. You can see the most recent sell signal to the most recent buy signal resulted in a 55% drop to the downside. If you haven't gotten Lux Algo, you definitely need to. Links in the description. Use coupon code JEB, J-E-B-B, for 20% off at checkout. But the reason I bring up Lux Algo is not to encourage you to get it, although you should get Lux Algo. You're going to be glad you did. The reason I'm bringing it up is because what we're trying to do right now is determine whether or not Cardano is going into a new uptrend. Is Cardano going to be able to go into an uptrend all the way to the upside? Well, if we're looking at a trend, we need to look at the number one trend indicator, which is Lux Algo. Lux Algo is substantiating this claim that we're going to see a move to the upside. So that is a very good first step. But there's a few more things I want to talk about that are helping to support this market movement to the upside. And then a little bit later on in the video, we'll talk about some of the things that may be hindering this market. Looking at the weekly chart, you can see that Cardano right now just had a confirmed bull signal, a bullish MACD cross come into play here on the 28th of March 2020. This is a very big deal out on the weekly chart because weekly MACD also helps us to understand when the market is going into an uptrend. The last time we saw a bullish MACD cross on the weekly chart, we saw a rally of about 78 to 80% on that market. Likewise, we can see that RSI has started to push to the upside, moving up here to around 48, almost breaching into 50 territory, which would be the bullish control zone, and we're also above the 14-weekly simple moving average, which is a very good sign in its own right. On top of that, if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that we actually had a bullish 9 flash come into play on the weekly chart TD sequential. This basically means that the market had been moving to the downside for far too long and was overdue for a rally, and now we've seen it. And by the way, the final thing I'll mention before moving on to some fundamental metrics is that this market just looks like a bottom. Take a look at the way these two candlesticks over the last few weeks have played out. They have been massively engulfing. These 2 weekly candlesticks engulfed almost 2.5 months worth of weekly chart price action, meaning that we had a very sharp rally to the upside, meaning that the bulls are very much in charge. So the technicals are telling us that there's a strong setup for a rally back to $1.60, but you might be wondering where I'm getting that level from. After I talk about this, we are going to move on to some fundamentals. Well, $1.60 I call the gateway to all-time high, and the reason for that is because these are some of the major levels that were rejected back here in late December and early January on Cardano. We rallied up to them twice, and we failed both times. So if we're able to get past $1.60, we're going to be breaking previous local highs. On top of that, at $1.62, which is very close, we actually find a Fibonacci level of 38.2% sitting at $1.65, excuse me. Getting above that would be huge because that would mean that we are starting to push in the right direction and we're no longer sitting down here in major overextended territory from the all-time high. We definitely want to see that happen. One more thing is if we look at the pattern that Cardano has been in recently, which is an ascending triangle pattern, flat level of resistance right here at $1.22, uptrending level of support right there. If we look at this and just draw a flagpole, I'm going to call this the middle in between both of these starts, just so that we have something somewhat consistent. We look at this pattern. This is giving us a price target of nearly $1.70. So those are the reasons I'm looking at $1.60 to $1.70. Can we break it? We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. One of the things I want to show you is the Cardano total value locked, though. It's currently sitting at $253 million, and you might be wondering, Jeb, why has Cardano had such a hard time getting through $1.20? Well, I would say because it's highly correlated with the TVL figure over here, which, as you know, rallied from $100 million in total value locked on its layer 2 protocols, like mainly MinSwap and Sunday Swap, a couple of DEXs. We rallied all the way up to $326 million, but lately we've been having a little bit of a drop, mostly because Sunday Swap has lost quite a bit of its TVL, and that has led to a drop in the total TVL, the total value locked of Cardano over the last couple of days. That's nothing to be worried about. That is perfectly normal, and TVL is going to climb into the billions relatively soon on Cardano as its layer 2 DEXs really start to come online in full force. But this short detour in the rally on TVL is probably one of the things that's slowing down the Cardano rally, mainly because whenever TVL is going up, that's giving us fuel to move the market to the upside even more, and that has slowed down for a little bit. Now, another thing that's affecting the Cardano price that is very bullish is the fact that Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets have gone through major rallies. Looking over at Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin has rallied from below $40,000 all the way up to local highs of $48,500, adding hundreds of billions of dollars into the market, and we've seen the exact same thing happen on ADA. But the interesting thing is it's not just Bitcoin that's rallying. It's also other major cryptocurrencies like Ethereum breaking critical resistance at $3,300, or Luna breaking all-time high, currently sitting at $110. All of those things have had major implications on the Cardano price, which, by the way, Cardano rallying from 80 cents back here on the 14th of March was actually one of the catalysts of the rally that we've seen over the last 3 weeks, and now the rest of the cryptocurrency market is moving, and Cardano is the one taking a break. But how can Cardano utilize all of these forces in the space, break through the resistance, use the bullish support to push up to $1.60, break that and go to all-time high? Well, here's a couple of reasons why I think that might happen and how that could happen. First and foremost, when we're looking at this Cardano consolidation over the last couple of days, we're not seeing descending consolidation like we're seeing on Bitcoin, which is relatively bearish. Instead, on Cardano, we are seeing ascending consolidation. We're actually seeing the exact same thing on Ethereum. It's not just Cardano, but these markets are consolidating while moving to the upside. That is a good sign. That indicates that the consolidation is very healthy. However, looking out to the weekly chart, we do still have some major resistance to get through in the manner of about the 20 weekly exponential moving average. It's sitting at the $1.21 right now. This is a very important moving average that Cardano normally is going through a rally if it stays above, and once we finally broke beneath it, we had 3 straight weeks of downtrend. If we're able to break above the 20 weekly EMA by confidently getting up to $1.30 to $1.35, that alone would probably give us the fuel that we need to break up towards $1.60. One of the other things to keep in mind, guys, is that Cardano has a ton of fundamental developments going on in its own ecosystem, which I don't have time to get into in today's video, but they are leading to major growth in the industry and in the Cardano space. That is the underlying intrinsic value of Cardano going up. So there are a lot of reasons to believe that as the rest of cryptocurrency continues to rally over the next couple of weeks, which I do believe will happen, that Cardano will break $1.20, move up to $1.30 to $1.35, which would allow it to break that moving average out here on the weekly chart. And if it does that, the ADA gang would likely come in and buy it up to get it to $1.60. After we're at $1.60 though, how do we actually break above $1.60? Well, to be honest with you, if we're sitting at $1.60 on Cardano, then that means Bitcoin's probably sitting north of $50,000. That means Ethereum's probably sitting up close to $4,000, and that means that ADA would be sitting at $1.60 and probably getting swept up in the rally of the rest of the markets. Remember, guys, Cardano is down 60% from all-time high, whereas if you look at something like Ethereum, it's only down 27% from all-time high, and Bitcoin is down 32% from all-time high. ADA has room to catch up. It needs to go into a big rally, and it likely will as it's undervalued. So if we're sitting at $1.60 on ADA and the other markets are rallying, Cardano's probably going to get scooped up in the action, break $1.60, and then start heading its way right back to all-time high along with the rest of the cryptocurrency markets, because the community is going to get very excited. The TVL is probably going to be moonshotting at that point, as a lot of developers are moving on over to Cardano and its new decentralized application blockchain systems. And I do believe that that is going to lead to a parabolic growth in Cardano. So here's the deal. Based on everything I just said, if ADA is able to get above $1.60, which I think it will be able to within the next 3 months, then within 6 months of that happening, I personally believe that Cardano will be going back to all-time high, which currently sits at $3.13. I think you could see a $3.50 ADA before the year's over if we do end up seeing this rally back up to $1.60, as I would like to see, and a confident break above it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Is $1.60 as important as I think it is? What is your level to be looking out for ADA? And how much of your portfolio do you have in Cardano? Is it 1%, 5%, 10%, 0%? Do you not like Cardano? What's your opinion on that cryptocurrency? Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to follow us on all of our social medias for daily content updates in the cryptocurrency markets, at CryptoJeb over on Instagram and Twitter, and at CryptoJeb Official over on TikTok. Make sure to sign up for Lux Algo so that you get these different major trend signals, these major trend indicators like buy signals on the 3 daily chart, which are just absolutely phenomenal at calling long-term trends. You're going to only get those through Lux Algo, so sign up with the coupon code JEB, J-E-B-B, for 20% off at checkout. Before we go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Holy cow, you're at the end of the video. You're one of the good ones. I give you a thumbs up. If you want to give us a thumbs up, make sure you do that. And if you're not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you really want extra bonus points, you can comment what you think down below. That's all we got. See you next time.